Followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Ford.
Present.
Councilmember Baxter.
Here.
Councilmember Stolper.
Here.
Vice Mayor Tremont. Mayor Burnett.
We have a quorum. Agenda item 4. This public hearing is now convened. The notice of proposed tax increase and the budget summary are required to be published prior to the meeting tonight. The notice and summary were not published. Due to circumstances beyond the control of the taxing authority, tonight's meeting will be continued. On September 30th, 2019, at 5:30 p.m., the City Council will consider the percentage increase in millage over the rollback rate necessary to fund the budget and the specific purposes for the increase in ad valorem revenues. A general summary of the proposed budget has been posted on the city's website and is available for public inspection in the office of the city clerk. Jake, you want to comment further on this?
I do, sir. As you had mentioned, the notice and the summary were not published. We are in a position to publish them now. The ad has been delivered to the News Journal. The reason we couldn't publish the summary in a timely fashion is due to basically a new staff and some manipulation of our Central Square software program. It's Central Square now. You know it as Naviline or SunGuard. And our inability to manipulate that to get the information required for the News Journal summary. We had all the data. We knew what it was. We just couldn't get the software program to spit it out correctly. We toiled over that from about, I don't know, the 12th through the 17th after the September 11th budget hearing. And everything was going fine. We were all comfortable until probably 2 hours prior to the deadline for the for publishing or sending the summary into the News Journal. That's when we basically pressed print, and our budget didn't balance. We knew it was balanced, but it didn't balance based on the output in Naviline. So the team worked diligently, and there were two options: go back to the first reading and put that in, and then adjust on the fly like we did second reading a couple of years ago, or get it right. And we chose the get it right route, not knowing that it would take about another 3 days to figure out how to do it. We figured it out, I think, on Thursday. And so as you saw, my first email to you all is we're going to have to wait till Friday. And then as we proceeded, we thought it would be in the best interest of everybody to include, to try to get Councilman Stiltner back in town for the final hearing, to have it on Monday, hoping that he'd be able to swing back. He was not available on Friday, if I recall. I know that put the mayor in a spot on Monday, but for the best interest of the city, the Monday at 5:30 was what we chose to go with. That also gave us a little bit of breathing room, which we did not need for the article or the publication. It has not, Robin, been published yet. We'll see it on tomorrow. We'll see it tomorrow in the newspaper. And I read the newspaper every morning, but I will pay particular well, I got to make sure I have a job before I take a shower, Councilman Stiltner. But or see who doesn't have a job before I take my shower. But I'll obviously go right to the section where the public notices are and make sure that's in there. But it's already gone to print. The News Journal didn't say there'd be a problem, so we're on board with that. We have contacted Larry Bartlett. He's aware, and and we're prepared to provide to you the budget as we all talked about at the new rate of 4.5241. 4.5254, which is 3.53% over rollback on September 30th.
Okay. I think it's important to note too that there is a certain irony that it was some further cutting that we did to help reduce the burden that
That is correct.
played into all the same. We want to see the math done in a timely and proper fashion.
That is correct. And looking back at armchair quarterbacking it, we probably could have published the first reading, same publication, and then adjusted like we did on second reading. But this is how we chose to go. I think next time I'd go back to first reading and then brief council on what we'd have to do on second reading to get the job done. If you recall, I think it was the 17 budget or the 18. I think it was the 17 budget that we did that we ended up stuffing a bunch of numbers in a bunch of wrong places just to get the paperwork done, and then we kind of about a week and a half later came to you with this is how we found that $220,000. Had we done that this time, we already knew where the money was coming because we talked about it first hearing, and it would have been a little bit easier. But that's not the way we chose to do it, and that's why we're in this position. You learn from your mistakes. I think if I had to do it again, that's the way I would do it. But we are where we are.
I certainly think that there is an allowance for learning from mistakes. I certainly don't like cutting it so close because September 30th, we will take action at
Yes, sir.
5:30 on Monday, approximately 6.5 hours before the fiscal year starts.
Right.
And that's a pretty fine line.
Yes, sir.
Comments, council? Wait a second, I'm sorry, I need to, before we comment on a motion, I need the motion to recess this meeting until continuation on September 30th.
So moved. Second.
At 5:30 PM. I have a motion and a second. Council comments on this or anything to do with the budget? Marilyn?
Personally, although I don't like having extra meetings, in the interest of making sure that the right information is out there, I'm fine with the way it happened this year and how we've proceeded.
In the interest of getting it right?
Yes.
Drew?
It's always good to be right and have, dot all our i's and cross our t's, so it's, it's no problem for me. We're good.
There was an era about 5-6 years ago when we would charge darkly into the night and hope, and I hope that era is long gone.
Yes.
Scott?
I agree with Marilyn wholeheartedly. I'm okay with it. And kudos to the staff and for
Yep.
putting in the extra time and the work and making sure that we proceed the correct way and cross all of the T's and dot all the I's and double check all the number. I'm good with it. Monday it is.
In relation to this continuance and any other item in regards to the public, in regards to the budget, would anyone from the public here care to speak to this item? These items, I should say.
Bobby, that would be you.
Is there anybody in the hallway?
With that, any other discussion? Call the roll.
Councilmember Ford?
Yes.
Councilmember Bastian?
Yes.
Councilmember Stiltner?
Yes.
Mayor Burnett?
Yes, 4-0. In that case, this meeting is now recessed until September 30th, Monday at 5:30 PM.
Bobby, thanks for coming.